Alright, hey guys, welcome to What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that's cool today. I'm your host, Daniel Porcrow. We are joined by Ben, and we are joined by Tim. How you guys going?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
We can see your face, Tim.
Not anymore. Just this legend right here.
Timmy.
Timmy. Timmy.
Timmy. No, Timmy. Oh, that was such a
Yeah.
classic character.
Absolutely. I've had this since I was about 20.
And you're what, 40 now?
I'm 36, thank you. It was initially a gift for someone else. They returned that,
Hmm.
and it's been with me ever since.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll get down to the first topic. So today we're going to be talking about Aladdin. Obviously they made a live remake, and obviously we grew up at a time of when the original came out. But first, we want to talk about an article that Tim was reading during the week. Tim, you want to talk us through this?
One of the websites that I really love checking out, 411 Mania. They had this. They've got this awesome column on botches in wrestling for the week, and yeah.
Oh, speaking of wrestling, I got this.
Hey.
Wow.
I got a championship belt.
How do you get how do we get it off you? Do we need a fight?
We all know I'll kick your asses.
Oh.
And
Anyway,
I'm pretty sure I can limber up and climb the ladder and make myself famous, become the champ. But yeah, so back to the article from
Yep.
411 Mania. It's called Botched. Posted on the 1st of August. So actually, this is last week's one, but featuring some amazing botches in the world of wrestling.
link will be in the description as well, by the way, guys, if you're listening at home or watching on YouTube. Okay, I've got it up here. Ben, you got yours as well? You've got it up?
Yeah.
All right. Talk us through it, Tim.
All right, so in first one, we've got Darby Allin doing a plancha over the top rope, and Brian Cage failing to catch him in time. So Darby basically just ate the floor.
So,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
that is just a crash. It's just like you just look at him. It's like, oh, I dropped him. Oh, who cares?
So, I better follow up with something. Well, in the moment, you got to say, like, I mean, in the moment, sort of like you can't really just say sorry. Like, let's do a retake. This is live TV. So, admittedly, like, even though there was that stuff up, at least they continued.
Yeah, and at least Darby didn't get hurt in this one. Because
Oh, yeah,
like
we all know.
that, I mean, like a suicide dive or even just a dive off like from that angle, you can easily get hurt. I mean, was it Cesaro that got his neck broken years ago? He did something
Oh,
very
I can't
similar.
remember.
Yeah, somewhat. So yeah,
No,
it's very common to see that in wrestling. Oh, this looks interesting. What's the second one? It's playing
Second
out.
one is the Butcher and the Blade versus the Young Bucks. So
Whoa!
Falls Count Out Anywhere match. The Blade of the Butcher and the Blade tag team decides to do
Oh.
what is that? A senton over the top?
Yeah, it's a senton. Did he hit his head on the edge or what?
Dude, he was meant to land through a table, but he completely missed it. Yeah, like I'm surprised. Well, I don't think he wrestled this week, so this would probably explain it. Like,
Yeah, he
this
wasn't.
guy
He wasn't on
definitely
this week
needs
of
some time
Dynamite.
off.
Man,
So what, did it hit him in the jaw?
I don't know, but just if I'm just replaying it again and just looking at it. Oh, just
Yeah.
man, is that a horrible sight?
That was an insane match though. Like that was really really good. It reminded me of the Stadium Stampede where like anything sort of went. It was a lot of comedy bits in there, but also a lot of hard hitting action. So yeah, fantastic match.
Yeah, and it definitely for me it was Butcher and the Blade. I remember when they first debuted, I was thinking, oh, what a crappy looking tag team. They really um, opened my eyes. I think they're going to be really good in the tag team division.
Sorry, man. I'm just laughing because of your voice cracking when you said Butcher and the Blade. Butcher and the Blade.
Butcher and the Blade. So I'm sorry, my balls haven't dropped. You know, I'm 33 and my balls haven't dropped.
Look, buddy, it'll happen one day.
Oh man, and Darby again. On number 3.
Darby again. Number 3. So the Snake Attack from Ricky Starks, who recently signed with All Elite Wrestling.
Let's have a look.
He runs in to attack him, but he just ragdolls him against that top and middle rope.
That could be pretty dangerous, right? Isn't that like...
That's whiplash already. Like just looking at it.
Yeah. Those rope. I mean, he's like a human crash test dummy. But like that in itself, those ropes, they have a lot of resistance. Like I've never hit them before, but I'm pretty sure that would be pretty solid.
Well, they are made of steel. Oh, sorry, metal inside. I mean, oh man, I just can't imagine my neck hitting that. And Darby wrestled this week against Moxley, and he looked like he was fine. But man, just looking at this, how the hell did he survive? You know,
yeah, I mean, look, he was out on injury recently, and I was thinking this would have injured him again.
Jeez. Oh,
Either
man.
that, or they make a storyline out of it. I mean, that was pretty cool. Like how he got attacked by a few months ago by Sammy Guevara. He had the skateboard rammed into his throat, and then they used.
Oh
that as
yeah, I remember that.
angle.
Yeah,
that was done really well.
Mm. All right, let's look at number 4. Now I don't know how to pronounce this chick's name. How do I pronounce it?
Diamante.
Diamante, versus Sheeta. Let's have a quick look.
Yeah. So tries to go for the code red, bungles it, and then it looks like a roll up. Can't even get a pin count because Sheeta's already at the ropes. So, yes.
Well, at least it's not a painful one.
I love the women's division, particularly the NXT women's division, which is just incredible. Last year, seeing them do the War Games match was amazing. But yeah, I think All Elite Wrestling, they're still developing it. It's still a bit rough around the edges, but yeah, Diamante, she was part of LAX, wasn't she, Dan?
Yeah. I think it was that. I think that's when it was Santana and Ortiz, right? And with Eddie Kingston was their manager, right?
I think so. Like, I haven't really followed much of Impact Wrestling, but I mean, her signing, and I think Eddie Kingston signed. Yeah, what do you reckon? Do you reckon LAX could be on the cards for All Elite Wrestling?
Oh, I'm just going to do something for the camera. Hang on. Of course. Yeah. That's how old school I am when it comes to wrestling. I love LAX. It doesn't matter which formation it was. Like I still remember when I'm trying to remember, Apollo was actually a member of LAX before Hernandez, and a lot of people forget that. I'm just like, if you're going to talk about LAX, you got to mention Apollo, even though he was only there for like a month or two. Mention that guy, and he was heavily underrated, but apparently he was. He had problems in the past, so that's why he's no longer in LAX or even mentioned anymore. Oh man, what's this? Is this GCW? The next one?
Yeah, it looks like it. It is. Yeah. I have no.
Because I just started watching this last night, and unfortunately, I fell asleep because I this is like 2:00. I was starting to watch it, but what's going on here?
The dude gets kicked. I don't know what was up with that reaction, but it's just comical to see.
Let's have a look. What? He blows a kiss. It doesn't even kick him. Like it doesn't even hit him at all. And then he gets hit in the nuts. Okay, fair enough. But that is weird. But I mean, that's GCW for you. I mean, they just literally don't give a stuff about anything. Like, I don't mind GCW. I just don't like the fact that there's so much swearing, and then when there's an obvious botch, they critique, like the whole point of when you commentate is like to kind of cover it up and make it like so that you didn't see it, but they openly call it and they make fun of the people there. I'm just like, man, I don't know, I just can't watch GCW when they do that kind of stuff.
Do you think Jim Cornette would have loved this particular pay-per-view?
Oh, corny. Well, we know how corny is. We know that he has an opinion. I know, Ben, you don't know who we're talking about, but Jim Cornette is an old school wrestling manager, promoter. He does everything. He's very old school, but he hates hardcore wrestling, and that's what GCW, to a degree, is like. It's like a lot of hardcore, but the GCW kind of reminds you of Juggalo wrestling. By the Insane Clown Posse. You know how it's like outdoors and they do like some kind of hardcore stuff, but this is slightly better because like ICP, I don't know. I just can't buy them as wrestlers. Oh, was that only 5? I thought there was more than that.
No, it's just 5 for that episode.
Okay.
So yeah, next article, we'll have to cover in another episode.
Yeah, but that was really cool.
Yes, definitely a lot of amusement whenever I get to read 411 Mania. Botched is probably one of my favorite columns of theirs. So yeah, recommend that if anyone listening, definitely check it out if you're a fan of wrestling.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. All right, so let's get to the main topic today, Aladdin. So the new one came out last year. Let's talk about the new one first before we get into the old one. I watched it last week and I watched it again today just to get my head around it again. First impressions. Let's not go through the whole thing, but did you like it or did you not like it?
Ben, you want to take this?
You can take it, Tim.
Okay, I liked it, but there is a but at the end of that sentence.
Yeah.
Yep. Ben?
I think I enjoyed it, but I think for me, comparing it to the last one, like as the original, it just can't compare. I just enjoyed the original so much better.
That's fair enough. Me, it has some interesting points, but I would say I did not like this, and we'll get into that. We'll get into why I didn't like it soon. But because you took this, you started off, Tim. What was your highlights and what was your dislikes about it?
Highlights, I have to say, would be some of the casting. I did particularly like Mina Masood as Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of that roguish quality to him. Definitely loved his dancing throughout the film. Big fan of dance scenes and music in movies. So that's something that's quite popular in this household. Watching a lot of musicals thanks to my daughter. But even Naomi Scott, incredibly beautiful actress. I thought that for a live action casting, they couldn't have picked a better actress to play Jasmine. And lastly, I'm probably going to cop a lot of hate for this, but I quite liked Will Smith as the genie. Different, very different take on the character, but you and I have discussed this before, Dan. What I really liked about him was that rather than him having like that manic energy of the classic Robin Williams performance, I did like how Will Smith came across as like the ultimate homeboy, and like he ended up being Aladdin's homeboy for the entire movie, and just the subtle emotion that he conveyed in the ending when Aladdin makes his final wish, that just got me. Like that completely got me there. I was like, wow, Will Smith, I think he's a great actor, and that just like that one scene there in this. Well, I don't know if you read that AV Club article that I read to you. Well, someone thought that it was just a paycheck for Guy Ritchie, but just that one bit of emotion that Will Smith.
Oh wait, Guy Ritchie actually directed it? I didn't actually know that.
Guy Ritchie did direct it. Yes.
Oh, that explains a lot. Actually, I'm gonna. All right, I'm gonna change my view. Okay, because I know what Guy Ritchie's like. Okay, I kind of liked
I
it.
like Guy Ritchie. This is great.
No, because now, because it now changes my thought process, because there's a Guy Ritchie has a particular style of his direction, and it now makes perfect sense why it's gone this direction. Okay, so I'll say, yeah, I kind of liked it, but I wouldn't endorse this one.
Just because he's got his name attached to it.
No, but now it makes sense. I'm turning into a politician. I'm backtracking. Sorry, but it's just.
I'm a Guy Ritchie fan, so I must immediately love everything of his.
I was also saying Guy Ritchie. So.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Oh man.
But I mean that was what I liked. Some of the dislikes were the singing really could have been better. I really didn't like Aladdin's first song at the beginning of the film. That felt like it was an outtake, really. And when they sang A Whole New World, that it's like they really struggled. But like I was saying to you, I think because of my love for the original, like I don't think anything would have really compared to that. That and Lea Salonga, Filipina, she sang A Whole New World, and I don't think anyone can really top that. She's a national treasure, man. So
yeah, but the one thing about her performance is, and I remember thinking this when I first saw it when I was a kid, and it's when I got the DVD years ago, they showed footage of this. She's very animated, even when she's just singing. Like she actually looked like she was like really happy, really surprised, like really going for it. And I think that's what you sort of needed. And I agree with you. Like half the songs did feel like it was like it was an outtake, and that's I think that's what we're lacking in this film is the enthusiasm for it.
That's it. Well, Ben, what do you reckon, man? What was your favorite part of what were your favorites, and what did you hate about the Aladdin remake?
I think hate's a strong word. I think I agreed with most of the stuff that you liked as well. So I did enjoy the casting. I think the songs weren't too bad, but like I did agree with what you said about, like, I guess like the first song. What was it? Was it One Jump or something like that? Is that the name of the song? Not the Arabian Nights one.
No.
The first.
Hang on, I'll have to bring it up.
Yeah, man, it was One Jump Ahead.
One Jump Ahead. Is that what it's called? One Jump Ahead.
Yeah, I got a. It did feel like a little bit lazy. It did feel like a little bit lazy, but I guess a lot of the big numbers just felt like it just reminded me of like a Bollywood movie. So I guess the singing and dancing I did quite enjoy, but I think you're right. I think it's harder to find, like, I think an actor or an actress that covers all those things, that can sing, that can dance, and also perform well, and also have a name attached to them. I think the thing that I think I didn't hate, but it's just hard to compare to, is the original Genie. Like I think you may I think I really love the fact how crazy Robin Williams was in the original one. It was just so manic, and I just like how insane it was back in the original. And I think I don't think you can ever recreate that.
No.
And I guess you're right. Like, I think Will Smith made it his own, rather than just try to do a carbon copy of Robin Williams. But for me, I think that might have been the thing I didn't like as much, because how much I liked Robin Williams. I think at the end, I still enjoyed it. I felt like it could have been a grander spectacle, maybe. I was thinking, but like for me, it's still one of my more enjoyable like remakes that they had. I liked it more than the
After
Lion King.
oh yeah, Lion King was
Yeah.
god awful.
Yeah.
After Beauty and the Beast hit really big, I think Disney is basically just trying to churn out as many of these live action movies as possible. Results be damned. It's money making machine. Like the Aladdin live action, I think, like all of these live action movies, they're designed to stoke that nostalgia for people who grew up with these movies, and I mean, also to attract new kids to watching these movies. But like you said, like it had a very tough task ahead of it, trying to top the original animated film.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. About you, Dan?
I know I had
Yeah,
said
Dan.
before.
After you walked it back.
What do you have to say now?
You know what, guys? I actually really love this movie. It was fantastic.
And I like Guy Ritchie.
Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say I like Guy Ritchie. I just said okay, that makes sense. I'll. All right. Like everything you guys have been saying is pretty much where I'm on. The one thing I did like, they had added new songs to it, so I was like, okay. The one thing I wanted to see is something new, and that was the songs were the ones I was like, ooh. The one song I did like, and unfortunately I know in the past me and Tim had talked about it, "Speechless." I really loved that song, and I thought it was done really well. I don't know. It's just that just every time that they came on, because it was in two parts. I just thought it was fantastic. Again, Will Smith. At the start, I thought he was going to be crap. I mean, the opening song, Arabian Nights. It was just, yeah. But yeah, he made it his own, which is great. So that's what I liked about it. But here's what I'll revert it back to Guy Ritchie. So the one thing I hated more than anything about the film was the ending, and not the when Genie becomes free. It was actually the actual ending dance, how everything was like robotic and everything, and it was like speeding up, slowing down, slowing down. It's a common trait. With new directors, Guy Ritchie's done it a few times in some of his films, but it's just, yeah, I just don't like that. If you're going to be dancing and stuff, just make it genuine. Don't do the fast and stuff like that. The only other thing I didn't like, and I'm surprised you guys didn't even talk about it, Iago. He didn't talk.
Oh, yeah, Tim needs to smoke.
So, if those who are listening, Tim just vaped into the Timmy doll that he's representing on his screen.
Doing puff pass.
Not that we condone that, kids. Smoking's really bad.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah. But yeah. I can't say much. I used to smoke too, so it's yeah. But yeah, Iago didn't speak. I mean, he did kind of speak, but it's just like that kind of screeching voice a normal bird takes, and it's that was heartbreaking for me because that was one of my favorite characters from the original.
Who was the original voice guy? He was
Gilbert Godfrey. Was it?
Oh yeah, man. He had the worst voice. Like, yeah. You're right.
Yeah. It's like, why don't you shove? I just need to go get some crackers. So like that kind of voice. But I love that. I really love that character, and the fact that he didn't talk and Gilbert didn't even get to reply to it, that sucked. So that's what killed it.
What about Jafar in the live action? I think Jafar was.
He was.
Yeah, it was a bit weak. I think I was expecting someone to be like older and had more like a deeper voice. It's just someone very have more. I probably have more gravitas.
Yeah.
One thing I found is he wasn't creepy enough. Because when you watch the original, like Jafar was creepy. Like he looked at Jazz and goes, yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
voice actor for that guy was amazing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the
And he just like in the original he knew how to ham it up really well.
Yeah.
So like he was both sleazy, but he was also like really really good at just hamming it up. And I think that's something that a lot of the fun of that character is sorely missed with the characterization in the live action film. The live actor, yeah, I mean, all like his entire thing was that he just didn't want to be second best in the room. And I don't know, like to me, it just sounded too simplistic. I mean, like I'm not really saying. I mean, not all Disney villains like have grand schemes, but I think like when you go from a live action when you go from a movie like, let's say, Frozen, where Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, that dude was super freaking manipulative.
I'm just gonna put it out there now. I have never watched Frozen. Dude,
you need to watch it. It's required viewing if we're going to start talking about these Disney movies. but all honesty, like that character, like starts out like he's all like harmless and seems quite charming, but he quickly twists it, and like the twist that is presented is just so devious and brilliant. And then you get the live action Aladdin, and the Jafar in that is, well, one, he's not charismatic. Two, he doesn't ramp up the menacing or sleaze factor. And three, like his motivations just sound childish in comparison. I mean, Prince Hans was also quite childish himself, but he turned into an amazing villain, without powers. Whereas this Jafar, he was just comparatively very very weak compared to the original Jafar.
I'm gonna have to watch Frozen because I'm just trying to picture this thing in my head. All I can think of is let it go.
Mate, you've got Disney Plus. You should be watching Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 now.
Sorry, that reminds me. Who pays for Disney Plus for all you guys?
I'm gonna
because I can easily change the car.
Deactivated. So this is just you admitting to Disney right now that I share my password with all these people.
Yeah, but you guys have got different. You guys have got different accounts on there anyway. So it's
nothing works that way, pal. Come at me, Disney. Hamster Rat is waiting.
Oh gosh! For those who are just wondering what Tim is referring to, Hamster, that's my nickname. Yeah. So we won't go into that. Yeah. So that's how we felt about the remake. Going back to the original, what are your first memories of the original?
First memories. I feel like I'm cheating because it was playing at my house earlier today. Jasmine was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was she's animated, but she's very, very gorgeous.
Hey, Tim. Just before we go on, are you into hentai?
I think we're gonna have to bleep that out.
If our producer's listening, can you please bleep that out, please? All right, boys, we've got 10 minutes to go. So let's keep it going. So your first impressions was that Jasmine was hot. I agree with that.
Dude, when she's going to seduce Jafar. It's like that is not something That is not something that you would see in a kids' movie. Come on.
But you got to remember, this is the 90s, so the 90s had a lot of different kind of things. But you're right, I like that was a bit more risque for a Disney movie back then. Certainly now. Ben?
I guess, yeah, I think the musical numbers, and also, yeah, I think just how crazy the genie was. I think it was everybody's favorite character back in the day.
Well, my first memory of it, I'm going to take you back to 1993. I remember going to Waverley Gardens when the cinema was where the what's it called? Where the gambling
Wasn't that a
place
twin
is.
cinema back then?
Yes, it was. I forgot about that. I thought it was
Yeah.
just one. No, it was twin.
Yeah.
I went there and it was like it was Tight Ass Tuesday. So I went on a Tuesday night with my mum, my dad, and I remember screaming to the top of my lungs when that lion went, "Rah!" when the sand decreased. I remember being dead scared of that, and then as the moment Genie came out, the tears stopped because I kept crying. I was just scared that entire movie. And then the moment Genie came on, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought Genie was a fantastic character and just brought it out. But my first reaction is fear, sadly. Yeah, I was.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a very easily scared child, and still a very easily scared man.
An easily scared 35-year-old.
I'm 33. Thank you.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hang on. Here's the thing. Out of all of us, I don't have any noticeable grey hairs, so that's I can say whatever I want when it comes to my age, because they'll kind of believe that with you guys not.
This guy.
Hey, look, man, I don't care when my hair goes grey. I'm looking forward to rocking that.
Silver fox.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh man. So let's talk about it. Was the original cool? All agreements, yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And the remake, what do we reckon?
It's good. I think out of all the remakes, it's not my favorite one, but I think it's one of the better ones. Yeah, I haven't seen the new. Is there a live remake of The Little Mermaid?
No. There's like I think there is going to be doing it, but they have like a live musical, like kind of like what they did with
okay.
with Grease a few years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Tim.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say that I like the live action Aladdin film. The original is classic, and it was a tall order for them to try and top that by doing a live action film. So yeah, like warts and all, I mean, for me it sufficiently draws up that nostalgia. Yeah, I like the casting, but yeah, like it is the weaker movie of the two.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it's okay. I can't say it's cool. I can't say
it's okay,
terrible.
but I liked it because it was directed by Guy Ritchie.
Oh, I feel so bad because I did some research and that was the one thing I didn't look at, and I feel like such an idiot. And then again, so in agreements, it was an okay film. Wasn't cool, but then again, it wasn't bad. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully, if we do another one like this, what do you guys want to do? So we did a Disney movie. How about the next one we do? I don't know, RoboCop, because that was interesting.
Yeah, sure. What do you mean by interesting?
Well, the listeners and viewers will find out when we do that episode, won't they?
Yeah.
Oh, tease it out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for watching RoboCop. Definitely the original.
And make sure if we watch it, if we watch it, we have to make sure that we watch RoboCop the theatrical cut, not the director's cut, because the director's cut, although it's superior to the theater, yeah, we just got to review the original.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks guys for joining us. Yeah, so we'll see you next time, and don't forget to check us out on Spotify, Anchor. I'm not sure what the other one is, on YouTube if you're watching it right now. But also we have Twitter, so you can find us at What If It's Cool on Twitter. Send us your tweets if you want us to review something. Otherwise, yeah, we'll catch you all later.
All right. Stay safe, everyone.
Stay safe.
See you guys.
Gotcha.
Bye.